Hello and welcome back to the Ask Johnny channel. Today we're talking about Amazon. The company, not the bloody jungle. Are the people in charge of that bloody company, are they just a bunch of entitled knobheads? G'day Johnny, it's Relentless here at the Ask Johnny Studios. We're here for another episode. G'day Johnny, yeah, just read the bloody letter. Righto Johnny, we'll get straight on to it. This is from Big Flaps, and Big Flaps is in Denver. Hello to everybody up there in Denver, keep watching us for Christ's sake, especially Big Flaps. But Johnny, Big Flaps, she asks, Johnny, who the hell is Christian Smalls? Signed, Big Flaps from Denver. Thanks Big Flad. Johnny, who the hell is Christian Smalls? Christian Smalls? Who is Christian Smalls, you ask? Yeah, who is he? Why, Christian Smalls could go down in history as the greatest bloody unioniser the working force of the world has ever seen. Well, you can knock me down with a feather, Johnny, with that one. Yeah, have a look at this.
But whether we're talking about a robot apocalypse or the much more real threat of large multinational corporations monopolizing markets and working employees to death, fighting back takes solidarity. And last week, the seemingly unthinkable happened. An Amazon warehouse in New York City successfully voted to form a labor union.
Here in New York, in an historic victory for labor rights, workers at the retail giant Amazon have voted to unionize.
In the United States, employers of the country's second largest employing firm, Amazon, have formed the first ever union. White House says
More than 8,300 workers at the warehouse were eligible to vote. The effort was led by Christian Smalls, who's now interim president of the Amazon Labor Union.
I'm joined now by the former Amazon employee Christian Smalls, who led this victorious push to unionize today, and
form a union. Christian Smalls is a former employee at one of those Amazon warehouses who led the strike and is the president of the Amazon Labor Union. Big day for you yesterday, sir. Thank you for being with us today.
All right, guys, we were not sure that he would have time this morning for us, but he has managed to squeeze in a few minutes to talk to Breaking Points, the man himself, Christian Smalls, president of the victorious Amazon Labor Union, and it is so great to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Now, see, Johnny, the bloody Amazon, they make squillions a year. They have them pissing in bottles because there's no toilet breaks, and they have bloody 12-hour shifts, and they fucked them around with COVID and all sorts of stuff. I don't have a lot of time for bloody Amazon. No union. No wonder they got bloody employees pissing in bottles and Christ knows what, Johnny. The David and Goliath struggle.
Before I bring you in here, I want to read what Stephen Greenhouse, who I've always read as a labor reporter, he's covered this space that you're working in for decades. He said today, quote, "In my 25 years writing about labor, the union victory at Amazon warehouse in Staten Island is by far the biggest beat the odds David versus Goliath unionization win I've seen."
On top of that, previous attempts at Amazon warehouse unionization in other parts of the country have failed. And this union drive in New York was so grassroots and so David versus Goliath that it didn't even have the backing of any national labor union.
Yeah, it seems Mr. Smalls, Johnny, he said about trying to get a union movement into Amazon, which they've pushed back against in no uncertain fashion. Jesus Christ, Johnny, that's quite an effort. Yeah, they've spent millions trying to bloody shut him up. Millions, Johnny, trying to shut up bloody Christian Smalls. And not only that, they deliberately set out to make him look like a dickhead. Johnny, are you trying to tell me that Amazon tried to bloody make this Christian bloke look like a bloody idiot? They did it deliberately so everyone would think he was an idiot? Is that what you're saying?
Amazon's chief counsel, describing Mr. Smalls as not smart or articulate in an email mistakenly sent to more than 1,000 people, recommended making him the face of efforts to organize workers. The company fired Mr. Smalls, saying he had violated quarantine rules by attending the walkout. In dismissing and spearing him, the company relied on the hardball tactics that had driven its dominance of the market.
Now, I used to be in a union, Johnny, and I think you did too at one stage. Jesus Christ, Johnny. They got their good points and their bad points, but mainly good points, especially when they stick up for the rights of the bloody working people. not talking about unions running the bloody place, Johnny. I'm talking about unions being able to stand up for workers' rights. And I reckon those rights have been whittled away in the last bloody 20 years or so, that's for sure. Well, you can make all these bloody promises and get people working for you for 12 hours straight and not pay them properly and do all that fucking bullshit. Yeah, you know, Amazon was founded by that Jeff Bezos bloke. And he spent bloody millions getting his stupid pissy little rocket not even into orbit. Yeah, our piss week is that at least get the bloody thing into orbit. Or yeah, Jeff farting around with his bloody rockets. Is Elon ever going to get to Mars, Johnny? Elon, I don't care if he ever gets to Mars or not, Johnny. I don't give a stuff. Well, I only got one word for bloody Amazon in this whole bloody issue, Johnny, and that's pathetic.